Well, I'm back, and I'm back because we are starting the Vintage Terra match, and actually was chatting with Jar Jar for Union Ultimate about their playthrough. They had one of the easier playthroughs, but regardless of any of that, we are now into, for the first time ever, into Nationals finals for the Women's Masters division here at CUC 2013. Vintage in white, Terra in dark, but dark green. Pick called Vintage from Quebec, primarily the Montreal area. Terra, Ontario, Toronto and Ottawa players, primarily Toronto as well. Break, and into the end zone. We're going to turn down the audio just a little bit on our field mic because it has the possibility of getting loud. I'll get roster shortly. And actually who we're also going to have later is Bobo Arik to commentate. However, it is going to be tempered by the smooth voice of Alex Davis. Got a large Montreal, Quebec cheering section right in front of our stadium microphone, which will be picking up the stadium audio. Vintage starting out with a break. Great start. Last time these teams played, I believe the score was something like 13-8. Vintage has not really been challenged. And offside. Offside to Vintage. Yes, and they're all backing up a little bit more. And the repole goes out of bounds. We brought back into the break, and we can see the brick marks. There are small yellow pylons. Just going to adjust this as well because we've got a scoreboard at the bottom. It helps not to have the play covered by it. Wide open player. Huck goes up. And caught. And Terra tie it up. Gonna work on getting those rosters. Andy Ray, thanks for joining us on the broadcast. Former captain of Liquid and Maverick and Finger Bang as well, I believe. Beautiful day. Slight breeze, but not anything that really should affect these teams. Oh, wall comes out. Terra needs to get a break back. Cannot afford to go down a break against a team like Vintage. Good patience so far, but when will the risk be taken? That is the question. And now going into women coverage. Looking for the undercut. D, but did not get it that time. There's a call. Sorry, not finger bang, finger blast. Might as well have been finger bang though. Oh. Where is my head at? In the toilet, that's where it's been after a week of hanging out at Nationals and in the Nate zone. Puck goes up, there's gonna be a bit of pressure from both sides. Oh, but nothing doing. Vintage lead 2-1. Doof with the catch in the end zone. We're at 130 viewers right now. Thanks for joining. Let's get those numbers up. It's the inaugural finals for the women's division. Only 4 teams this time. Ultimate Canada had asked for 6, and there was space for 6. Next year, they will need 6. It was a big petition to get this division in. They had a team at Worlds last year in Japan. Good movement from Terra, but these are under pressure throws and under pressure catches for the most part. Ooh, over the top. Indeed. And the D by Doof as well again. Was 49? I thought it was 19. But it was Genevieve who it looked like she'd had gotten the D. Oh, and a poach D. But no opportunities right now. Needs to reset. Needs to get set in the end zone. And another poach D up front. That poach up front forced the break throw, which didn't float. So 4 teams, 2 from BC, 1 from Quebec, and 1 from Ontario. Oh, and a drop. If you're watching and you want to know what the open score update is, well, get one to you shortly. It isn't halftime there just yet. They're still playing. A little bit. You tried to force it up the end zone, right in front. And a drop. This is Vintage having a D-line not having success getting it, 10 or 20 meters outside of their end zone. Reset to the middle. That's a good reset. Wants to throw a break throw. Oh, and a stutter step. Misstep. There was an option cutting across the front of the end zone, which could have been possible for continuation. A timeout taken. That's a good idea at this stage. 150 plus viewers. Thanks for joining. Company is always. And yeah, once again, so it was Finger Blast, but they were known for that other thing that I mentioned. I've had, I think, many people now, 4 notes that it was in fact Finger Blast and not that other thing that I said. In any case, we have a timeout. Score is 2-1, Vintage leading. The last point has had a number of turnovers. On the far field, it is 6-5 now for General Strike. So still a few points away from halftime, but that game grinds on. There are rumors as to what we might see next year. Ooh, and that's a floater. But recovered. Going out this side, and oh, just out the back of the end zone. No call on the field, so the play will continue. Vintage started playing yesterday. All the Women's Masters Division. It was 1 round robin, so 3 games, and then into playoffs. Oh, and then the pop pass just goes too far. And Vintage D with the disc yet again. And a chance. Oh, floater, floater, floater. It goes out of bounds. Whew. Vintage 4-0 coming into this. Terra 3-1 in pool play record. Their only loss to Vintage. Going down the field. Taken well. Not in the end zone. No count. And just had it on there now. And this is a spot that Vintage has defended well, and Terra has had lots of trouble. The red zone. Oh, there was a good defensive pressure there, but a better grab. Goes up line. Oh, good grab. Observers. Call it in. Catch by, well, which number 44 is it? Is the question. And I think it's Rochelle. Robichaud. I don't know. I need phonetic translations for all the names. So, important notes at this point. The stream brought to you by Ultimate Canada. Sponsors include VC Ultimate and not the other clothing manufacturers that were mentioned by the competent but slightly less focused commentators from the juniors finals. I had a great time listening to their commentary. I was actually watching that junior open final match. And I was enjoying the commentary mostly because I am a fan of basically everything. I'm especially a fan right now of this game. It started with the petition to Ultimate Canada to include the division. We have a cup. A cup is a type of zone in case you're new. Travel is being called. Thank you. It's Robichaud was the catcher. Number 44 for Terra. So petition, which many thought would not go through, did go through, and the competition committee allowed, along with the organizers, the fourth, well, really, how many divisions? Outside of juniors, it allowed the fifth division pick called. When the observer puts their hands on their hips and looks grumpy, that's a pick. It's really a little bit of a pout. Oh, and the dump bobbled, and Terra get a chance to break back, get their one break back to even, and once again into the red zone. This is where both teams have had issues. Now, what high-level teams don't have issues against another high-level team in the red zone? Not in. Stall count violation called for. When the observers put their hands on their head and pat it, and it's a little bit of a there call. But that was stalled down. No contest. It's on the far side of the field. This is a much sunnier day. Oh, and that one goes to the ground. Or no, it doesn't. It's grabbed. Amazing. It's not too much movement on the field at this point. And now there's some sort of stoppage. I think there was an out call. in the end zone. And Allison Fisher on the scoreboard, on the scorer sheet. And Vintage continue to hold their break. Some good times here at the field. So I'm being heckled a little bit by text message from Briggs because I have said that Women's Ultimate is the most technical of all Ultimates, and the explanation behind that is that it's a smaller catching zone because the acceleration isn't as quick necessarily, or the top speeds aren't necessarily as high as the other divisions. It makes it much more important to be better throwers. Therefore, by default, it is actually most technical. And so I'm being heckled to say if it's still the most technical given the number of turnovers. I think that just proves my point, that if you're not a great thrower, or not necessarily that you're a great thrower, but if your throws aren't perfectly on the mark, the defense has a better shot. So thanks, Briggs, for basically, you know, pointing out that my point is still valid. This lands in, centered. No, sorry, that chair's got to say. You can sit on it though. Sorry, I've just lost sight a little bit, but we're back. It didn't really matter, so good. Whew. You can use it there, though. A big gainer on the far side. Looking deep, but there's good deep coverage, but there's middle cutters available as well, but just cut off. With the side step, gets the disc. Oh, bobbled. Stand's starting to fill up. This is a great venue. And Vintage with an opportunity to break again, and they do. And Doof again with the disc. And the point. And Vintage go up 4-2. If you have been watching for the other bronze final going on right now, it's 6-6 still between Mephisto and Strike. There's a supermarket just down the street, and they have a hot plate, I guess, and it smells fantastic. I had a little bit earlier, and it was great. Terra need to turn on their speed. They've got a lot of speed. Huck goes up. Oh, a little bit of push in the air. Is there a call? There is a call. And no idea if it's contested or not. Doesn't look. It looks like it is being contested. So it'll come back all the way back. Okay, I guess that's where they were. On the other side, still 6-6 for that last bid. Vintage has been poaching one player off upfield, or actually sloughing them off, it seems. Oh, that's not one of the... High release flick. Oh. Good height on the jump. Very close to the back line. Had it been caught, would have had to work to keep it in. So some of the other finals coming up. Tomorrow it'll be Furious versus Phoenix in the open division. Traffic versus Cube. A rematch of last year's final in the women's division. It'll be Union versus Stash in the mixed division. And Carla DeFilippo with the point for Terra. And it's an important one. They are still down 2 breaks. So we're looking pretty good right now. A slow played game to some degree, but nonetheless continues to move well. Energy good from both sides. So Stash had an interesting route to the finals. However, on the other field, just a quick score update after a very long point, makes it 7-6 for General Strike. That was probably a 10-minute point at least on the other side. Pole is staying in bounds. Wow, my voice just cracked. I've been yelling all week. If you'd like to contact us live at imultimate.com is a good email address. Also on Twitter at imultimate. And small back push being called. Boos coming from Union. Odyssey, extremely quiet. Basically Montreal players. It's been quiet. This one's going to the observers. Let's see if we can trust their decision. There was no happy outcome to this decision. We'll wait for the boos to start from one and the cheers from the other in just moments. The decision-making process, from what I understand it, is not that the observer just comes and says what happened. They ask for perspective and then select one. No foul. It is a turnover. Or is it a... He said there was no foul. It should be a turnover. And then they tap and go. And the cheers from the Toronto supporters, or the Terra supporters, which is a combination of team or players from across Ontario. Oh, and a good reach out D. And a few players streaking downfield. It goes up. Oh, and a good stutter step to get open. On the far side, Mephisto have scored, so a little bit of applause from those watching. 2 for 1, really. And it just sails over their heads just a little bit too far. Calls for layouts from some of the Union players. Just tangled up in my own cables. Oh, big power dump. Wide open. Pays off. Oh, and a foot block on a high release throw. You can hear it up here. Timeout called by Terra. So you can contact us in multiple ways. Twitter is preferred because we'll be having the upcoming commentators. And a big D on the far side by Mephisto. They now have a shot at a break in their game. 7-7. Well, let's take you over to that one. You can watch it on at the top of your screen. All right, we're coming out of the timeout, so we're getting back to our game. It's been a wonderful week. We haven't really had any rain, maybe just a little bit of a misting. We were expecting, according to forecast, quite a bit of rain, 50 millimeters, but weather reports unreliable in this part of the world. Oh, and a drop on a swing. It's a pick call. We can move on a pick, though. We can move our camera so you can see players back and forward. And a layout, and it just drops out. I don't know if she needs to run onto it. But Mephisto, by the way, take half on the other field, 8-7. The first break of the game, and that is it's going to be important for Strike to get back into a good headspace. As it comes to the middle. Oh, wide open. Got to be careful. There's a free person upfield somewhere, free lady. Joanna, midfield. Oh, this is Terra now moving the disc well. I think this is what they wanted to do coming out of the timeout. Oh, and that's an open shot. Can she chase it down? Yes. And there's a call in the middle of the field. No, there isn't. And the catch by number 18, Jose. And Terra tied up 4s. They're still down 1 break though. So yeah, multiple ways to contact us via email, live@imultimate.com. Our Twitter feed @IamUltimate, or if you have my phone number, you can just be texting me, as some people feel like that they can do. The Women's Masters, or Masters Women's Division, sponsored by VC Ultimate. So sponsored by Ultimate Canada. We've had quite a few sponsors here, and I think that's been great. The community, fantastic community support in Vancouver. Yeah, absolutely beautiful out here. I mean, Victoria was amazing as well. I've enjoyed both of the nationals we've had here. Next year, it is in a location which will be announced at some point in the next 24 hours. All right, we'll most likely move a little bit to the east. I was chatting with Corey Draper. Travel called. Just contest that. Seriously, folks, contest travels when you have observers if you didn't travel. At least you think you didn't travel. Then at least you'll find out whether you really did travel or you didn't. We can stop with these little tiny calls that don't affect throws. Oh, and the pressure. Very good. And the break. Oh, and just thrown to the ground. Oh, along with the crowd, got a little bit excited there. That was exciting, interesting catches and throws. Pops up line. And that's number 27, Sarah. So Vintage lead 5-4. Still up 1 break. And our broadcast still going strong. Over 200 viewers now. We had a quick spike. And maybe someone refreshed quite a few times. I think that's actually just what happened. Someone refreshed the screen like mad. Doesn't actually affect us in terms of load, yeah. In case you didn't know, we can probably scale up to millions of viewers very quickly. Our previous setup we could as well, but this one has been made even more robust. So I'm not really concerned about people reloading the page endlessly. It might point to some stream issues though, so I'm just gonna check on that very quickly. And it seems to be okay. So who started on O? Terra started on O. They are still down a break. Pole lands out of bound. Observers indicate OB. So it's going to be coming back in right about there on the right of your screen or in the middle of the screen. And on the far side, Mephisto make it 9-7. And on this side, Terra need to score and then get a break, and that one's just a little bit, oh, almost rescue, just a good effort. Oh, floats. And a lot of ladies colliding into each other, and we're still okay. Now it's not 2 breaks, Ryan. They just got one back. If they started on O, they would score this point, which would make it 5-5. And then they'd have to go get the break, which would make it 6-5, which makes it back to what it was at the beginning of the game. So they're only down 1 break at this time. Unless I've totally messed up on my logic somewhere. Some discussion going on now. So who are we going to see in the Open Masters final? Is it... well, we'll bring you that next. So you won't have to wait too long. Stay on the stream. Heckle me, heck. I'm happy to engage in any sort of conversation you'd like. I'm willing to talk about any ultimate topic. And Mephisto break again on the far side. It is now 10-7. They need to stay focused. Ooh, and into the back. Pick called in the end zone. It is rather messy in there. I would agree with some sort of call. So we have Fig Jam heading down, wearing blue, to the field. And Fig Jam going undefeated so far. Very strong program out of Alberta. There is another pick call. Violation called. I need to go get my chicken hat on, I think. I got a chicken hat. I've been wearing it for about half a day. Oh, and dropped in the end zone. It was a good throw, maybe slightly behind, but it wasn't anywhere. It was really receiver error on that one, which is unfortunate because Vintage would have gone up. Good midfield movement again, but there was no continuation at that point. It appears that all the first cuts are having continuation and then it slows down. Oh, and big throw to the end zone. And wide open, and the scores get tied up. sixes. Or fives. Yeah, fives, sorry. Thank you to all those that are subscribing. Thank you to all those that are donating. Yes, and Jordan. Kind of sorry not to see you here there, but also the reliability of our stream, by the way, those of you who've been interested. So we had a very interesting time at U23s in terms of our stream dropping out. And it was interesting because we were behind a building, behind a hill, and we could get maybe 400 kilobits a second, which is barely enough to get out a low quality stream. And it kept dropping out whenever anyone would come near the Rogers stick. And York University wasn't willing to give out a high bandwidth access. And we'll see if UBC continues to allow me to poach off this and broadcast a 720p stream as I am doing right now for the foreseeable day that remains in this tournament and our broadcast schedule. But what's happened is that we have a very reliable connection here. I've been very impressed. And I really cannot tell you that don't underestimate the importance of a good quality internet connection, and that very means, I definitely mean it, it's not being misused. And so the connection speeds here are good. They've been great in the dorms where I've stayed. In general, being here this whole week has made me want to move out here. And as soon as I can afford to, I probably will. But that's a big thing. It's very expensive here. In order to get the same amount of square footage in a nice neighborhood like where I live right now would probably cost me close to $1 million. And I don't have that lying around, and I don't think the donations would cover it either. Besides, the donations go towards equipment, and Vintage with a great grab in the end zone while I talk and wax about nonsensically about certain things. Catch by number 84, Francois Delisse. I guess so. That's how you would say it. In any case, anyone who's from or can speak Francais correctly is welcome to correct me, and I will learn. Problem is, I don't see any accents on the roster, which is unfortunate. In any case, Vintage leads 1 point, 6-5. A small crowd right now because the games are still going on elsewhere. Mephisto continues to lead 10-7, but they have possession of the disc on the far side. Goes up. It's going to be dropped and out of bounds. So we'll see where it comes in for them, but let's get back to our game. Vintage in a commanding lead. Small shout out to Jan Bouchard, who's here in the crowd with his baby. Very cute. Jan captained Team Canada Beach a few years ago. It was great playing with him. He's a very steady leader. Cheers in the background. Mephisto have scored. They're now up 11-7. And Terra moving it up with a few very interesting throws. I think the story of this game has been the pace. Vintage has been able to keep up, at least in the last few points, with Terra and have made them grind it out. Let's see if Terra can put that pressure right back on Vintage. There should be a pick call there, and there is. It was a messy cut there on the right-hand side of your screen. Basically shuffling past each other. Apparently the stream is down just as I spoke about the reliability. So I'm going to go check on that. No, actually, it still appears to be good running. There might have been a small reset there. I do see some people dropping out, though. So I think we might have just had a quick blip in our connection. Maybe YouTube's still figuring their stuff out. There's a collision in the middle of the field. Disc will... unknown. Just ask the observer where it really needs to go. They're also a rules reference. Oh, and that one just out of reach, but pulled down, needs to reset. Good adjustment. All right, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate you watching the stream and letting me know what's up. Our stream should be back up. I didn't really have to touch anything. Okay, deep. And a great D in the end zone. Robichaud again with a play that gets her noticed. I think that was Elena that swung it to the middle. She has been important in the midfield, and a collision with a poach off D. Vision needs to be better upfield. With the disc in the air for so long. Our commentator tomorrow will be Nathan Dundurand, who will be speaking and can get all the accents correct. I don't think we have any finals other than Cube where we will need to do that, but always nice to have folks know the names. And just out of reach for the vintage player, but good speed. It didn't float enough, and there was really good close coverage as well, which would have made it difficult to pick up. And so unexpectedly, Odyssey is not in the finals. They were knocked out by Stash, and then Stash knocked out TFP. Stash had probably the toughest playthrough from quarters, semis, and now into the finals. That throw tracked all the way. Doof again with a D, and that one's an easy flip into the end zone. Sarah with another catch in the end zone. Yeah, we did have a quick stream blip, but didn't seem to affect everybody. So now 6-6. John, glad that you and your friends could join us. Yes, we were expecting the West Coast to be very strong, but for Terra came out unexpectedly strong according to the seedings. Now, I think folks watched. Folks, I think have been watching on the Ontario Regionals coverage, where our Ontario Ultimate Championships, which wasn't technically regionals because ODSA then would kind of decide to some degree who would go through. But Terra was playing in the women's division, and they didn't have the best of weekends. But they've had a really good day yesterday and a good morning today that has brought them in so far. So, I'm glad I have friends asking, where are the spikes in this game? Now, I too have stopped spiking. It just seems like a waste of energy now, and in my old age, I need to preserve as much of it as I can. I played on an open team this tournament with Refinery, which is 11th seed. Probably hold that seed, maybe come 12th. They're in that game right now. I hope they finish 11th. But a very young team. I was the oldest member on the team. In fact, there were 3 of us that were at the top end, and then a very big drop off to all the kids, as we call them. I qualified for Masters this year as well. Yes, I should be updating the scores, and I will do that right now. The scores are incorrect on your screen. Unfortunately, I am operating all sides. And caught in the end zone, and Vintage takes half. And the scores are going to be updated right now, 8-5, and Terra, they'll be pulling coming out of half as well, which means that they are going to be having some issues. I think that's the best way to put it. They need to focus now. They need to change. We have Mephisto now with the disc, but it's 11-10 from what I can tell. The scoreboard being blocked. Terra pulls to Vintage. Over the top. Oh, well handled. Some graduates of Odyssey. Or Odyssey. There's no Y at the end of it. Oh, and again, blocked. So how has our stream been? Quite good, actually. So 159 viewers right now. Thank you for joining us for the inaugural Women's Masters final. Open Masters about to start immediately following this game, perhaps, or close to. There will probably be a 30-minute break. And Vintage takes a timeout. It's an interesting call. So 2 timeouts per half. This is their first timeout for this half. Interesting time to take it. So Salmon Park asking, can I live stream the bronze game? It's going on in the background right now. We'll try to do the best we can. The score, as everyone is now piled up near the end zone, is 11-10. Mephisto leads. They have the disc just outside the end zone. It goes up, it's caught. Observers say in, 12-10. They extend their lead. That might be an important one because they're getting closer to time limit. They started. So very big cheers down at that end because they're coming, or actually the game is done. Mephisto wins. You watch the last point in the background. So Mephisto finishes third and snags that last most important bid to Worlds next year. And in this game, a gold medal on the line. So Mephisto over General Strike for the third place match. There's no pick called. Well, it's good coverage as two players were going towards the disc. And a drop. That's tough. We're going to see more and more teams filling in now. Coming in, they're done their games. This is the first final. Huck goes up. And lots of defenders underneath. Not an issue. I think the primary handler right now is Joanna, or Joe. Not sure if there's a Anna at the end of it. Definitely Joe. And the whole play is behind the disc. Stall 9 bail, and it's caught. Oh, and just a good heads up D. Need to scan, folks. Injury. She will need to take a sub. But congratulations to Mephisto on their bronze medal win. General Strike, it's unfortunate. They played well this tournament. They came back from some tough couple of days. You are highly likely to see them next year at Worlds. And great spirit in the background. I think we're in for quite a battle coming up next in the Open Masters division. Rahul Suleiman wandering by. He actually knows probably more players on both of these teams than I do, so I might switch over commentary to him shortly, if he's interested. Niles, oh yeah, Kristen Niles with a disc. She lives in Toronto now, but lived in Montreal for 11 to 14 years. Courtney White. Oh, it just goes over top. 8-5 with Vintage leading. I think we might switch over. We might give, right after this point, we're going to set up. Rahel is going to pop in, and then after that, we're going to have Bobo, Eric, and Alex Davis come in. Upline cut, under pressure throw. Player Hilga. No, they can't hear you yet. I'll give it to you shortly, though. Right after this point, we'll have Rahel coming in. And he's been playing with GT all weekend. Oh, and a deep field turnover. There's only 10 seconds to pick up the disc. Joe does a fake. Throw goes in the end zone, and Terra with the point. But there's a call. There's a call. They're going to go to the observer on this one. And it's going to him. Saying travel on him. No travel, it's a point. And Terra hold an important point. Rahel's just getting water. And he's back, so I'm going to put myself on mute and switch over to him.
Are you on Twitter? Can people tell if I'm okay? I don't need it. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the disc has been pulled. Karu picks up the disc, I think. Swings to 27. There is no 15 listed on the roster, actually. 27 with the disc, that's Letendresse. Letendresse swings to 51. Allison Fisher. Back to Letendresse. Swings 15. 15 up the line. Into the middle. Oh. Terra's come on as a man defense now. Up the break side. Emile Paquin, number 14, 27. It's 19. Vintage is moving the disc really well against this man. They're using the break side really well. 84 with the disc. That's Francois. Dumps it to 51. Fisher. Swing. Up the line, 19. For the point. Geneviève Dufresne with the throw. Catherine de Saint-Marie is apparently number 15. She's listed as 0 here. It's good to know. Oh. Are they asking me questions yet? Oh, there we go. Oh, Jordan Marin is asking about the semis. In the end, we went up 3-0. Sorry, Grand Trunk went up on Mephisto 3-0 and then lost 5 straight points, unfortunately. Somin is asking about the bronze medal game for Open. Unfortunately, that is on the main fields, and we've only got here in the stadium. Terra's on O. Looks like they have Elena Papianis, Anita Verma, Meredith, Jose, Aaron, Rachel Moens, and Mel Dunseth on the line. Pull lands out of bounds, and Meredith is going to pick it up. Flood stack. It's 9-6 for Vintage right now. Elena with the disc. Foul called. Elena to Mel Dunseth. Mel with the break. Nice catch by Meredith. Mare swings to Mel. Mel has Aaron McMahon wide open on the open side. Aaron up line for Mel and a drop. Thanks, Batch. Swing 29 with the disc. Nice D by Anita. Terra with the disc back. Meredith looking. Rachel Moans with the ISO. Swing to Elena. Call on the field. Mephisto apparently won the bronze medal open game and is going to Italy. Oh, miscommunication between Elena and Mare with one too many jukes. And Kristen Niles is going to pick up the frisbee. Kristen swings it to Courtney. I think she's still going by Courtney White with a great huck. Aaron McMahon with a great heads-up D. As the girls would be saying, this is history in the making. Meredith picks up the disc. Looking for Mel. Swing, break to Elena. Elena looking. Oh. And the disc slips out of her hands.
You know what the score is?
Probably a good time to explain that Elena did teach me how to throw a flick. Kristen with the disc, swings it to the middle to number 9. Swings to 49. There looks like a foul call. Levesque has the disc. Rachel Moans on the D. Swings it to Courtney. Courtney upfield. That's Hollister. Swings it back. Vintage is very patient, swinging the disc back and forth up and down the field. Elena marking Courtney. Oh, hand block. Elena with a great hand block to get the disc back. It's the third hand or foot block by Terra this game. Mandy's open on the under. Elena makes a semi-out cut. Terra cutters look a bit tired. Great break throw by Mare to Rachel. To Elena. Elena break throw to Mandy, but just out of her reach. Nice bid by Mandy. Foul called on the throw. Mandy had quite the influence on getting the women's masters division here at CUC. She brought forward the proposal with, I believe, Carla and a couple of others. So the girls are not making history; they're making herstory, apparently. And Mephisto won against General Strike 12-10. Elena has the disc.
Vous allez aller là-bas?
Elena to Meredith. Meredith to Mandy. Mandy to Aaron.
9-6 pour qui?
Aaron up the line. Turnover. Marie Latendresse picks up the disc.
Ouais, mais tout le monde est où de dessus?
Nice catch on the sideline by Levesque.
On va s'asseoir là?
Tries the OI flick to number 79, Sue Percy. Goes out of bounds. Mel Dunseth with the disc. Timeout on the field. Still some discussion on the field. I don't know what it is. Apparently it was a timeout on the field. Switch this back to Twitter. For those that are interested, like Jordan and Jarrett, Isaiah did get hurt yesterday in the Blackfish or the Furious game, so he did not play all day today. GT did end up finishing 5th, beating Blackfish and the Ghosts again. Big shout out and happy birthday to Andrew Leo. Sure he's not watching, but that's okay. When is soft cap? Is it a soft cap though? Yeah, check, because we haven't had a soft cap all tournament. There has been hard caps. Okay. So just for your information, Jordan, there have been no soft caps all tournament. There have just been hard caps. And for today, they put in a half. Batch, do you know? You're watching. Can you answer? So Terra with the disc. Mel Dunseith picking it up. Being marked by number 9, Marie Latendresse. Forcing the hardest here. Foul on the throw. Finals have to, apparently, thanks Batch, finals do have a soft cap after 105 minutes. Meredith with the disc, looking dump. Elena, middle of the field. Tries to hit Mel. Nice break by Marie Latendresse. Hits Courtney to the middle, 79. Back to Marie Latendresse. Latendresse upfield. Sue Percy. Foul called on Aaron. 0. Oh, nice in cut. Turnover. Levesque with a great catch, but then just pulls it out. How's the stream going? Anyone, any comments? Meredith with the disc, looking deep to Elena. Resets to Mel. Nice catch by Aaron. Up the line to Rachel. Rachel has it on the goal line. Terra catching up. Back to Mare. Mare break side to Aaron for the point. 9-7. Joshy, I do think that Furious is going to take it, but I do think it's going to be a very, very tight game. Sorry. Josh Marin is asking about the prediction for the Open Finals tomorrow. I do think that Furious has quite a solid squad playing them here. I do think it's going to be something along the lines of 12-10 or 12-11. Is that not a cop-out answer, Josh? The Union Stash game in the morning is going to be extremely good as well. Stash is a team out of Vancouver with a lot of Furious and traffic pickups. Union has been dominant all tournament, destroying Odyssey 15-9, walking over Gecko in the semifinals. When I left, it was like 10-2. We got 180 viewers. That's pretty good for a free feed on one camera. Jimmy Lippert is watching and he's asking about Davis. Yeah, I saw him on the way back. Him and Bobo were going. He asked me about stuff. I might just hang out in the booth and talk to them. I'll let them do it, and then I'll just make fun of them when I commentate in their game. It's going to be Nate and I tomorrow, right? Unless you don't want me here. No. I'll make sure Leo gets home safe. And then Jojo with the pull. Terra with the Vintage with the disc. Cup. I think they're out into man now. No. Yes, they are man now. Nice break. It's difficult to see these numbers. 14. Emile tried to hit number 15, who is Catherine de Saint Marie. Oh. And a quick turn, I missed that. 51 with the disc, Allison Fisher. 27, Sarah Latendresse. 15. Jose on the mark. Oh, great cut. 27. Oh, and the double D. Jose into June's back by Jose. Let's see how it goes. It looks man. Nat Fitzgerald with the... There's a poach in the lane. Carla with the disc. Carla back to Jojo. Jojo flip to Carla. Break to Jose. Velda looks open underneath. Hi, Darren. Velda with the disc. Up the line. Oh, great trailing edge catch by Aaron McMahon. Looking for the dump. Call on the field. You are right, Justina. I do think it's Rachel Robichaux. My mistake. Turn. Allison Fisher used to play, I think she played Stella. I know she played Storm for a while. Swing, oh, great movement up the sideline. And a huck for the point. Francois, oh, Delisle. And I know, Bat, you said something different, sorry. Thanks, Jordo. Too sure you should put yourself on the screen. He's wearing a Maple Lodge Farms chicken hat right now while he's streaming the games. It's quite awesome, actually. If I had my phone with me, I would have taken a photo and tweeted it. So 10-7. Did they hit soft cap? I actually didn't hear.
Also, a reminder, if you're drinking tonight, we want you to get home.
Union beat Gecko 13-7 in the semi. We're all over the place. People are watching San Francisco as well. The stream is available in 720p if you want it in 720p. High definition. So you can watch Ultimate in HD. And you can see all the little rubber pellets jumping up. Lena with the disc. Upline. Oh, great bid by Rachel. Robichaux. Thank you, Justina. Meredith with the disc, with the mark. Huck, Nat Wong covering. Oh, what a great catch. And she's in. Catherine de Saint-Marie, the layout grab. I believe Mary Latendresse threw it. 11-7. So it's Francoise Delisle. So Allison Fisher threw that. Carla, Natalie, Jose, Rachel, Jojo, Meredith, and Velda. Almost a power line. This win is for a spot at Worlds to go to Italy. Yeah. Only one team will go from the Women's Masters division. Really? For what? Tournament? For CUC? So this might be the only Women's Masters division. So all you women who are Masters age, play Women's Masters next year. Are we allowed to say where the CUC is next year? Am I allowed saying that it's in Waterloo, or am I not allowed saying it's in Waterloo? I'm not allowed saying it's in Waterloo. Okay. I don't wager on the open final. But Phoenix is a very, very good team, and it will be fun to watch that game. Great huck by Mayer to Natalie Fitzgerald. Fitz with the disc, looking dump. Back to Carla. Carla looking, swings it to Mare. Mare to Jojo. Jojo of Hammer fame. To Velda for the point. Again, shout out to Darren DeMarco. Batch, I know you're watching. Jordo, I know you're watching. Who do you think's going to win the open final? Phoenix or Mephisto. Anyone, Phoenix or Furious George, anyone can actually respond. Furious has never lost a game at Canadian Nationals. Do you really think they're going to lose a game in Vancouver? No, they don't. That's up for debate, but yes, they have a very good squad. Sorry? Oh, okay. Sorry, apparently you guys can't hear too sure. He says that Furious has the same people that they did last year. This could be a pretty big point. If Terra can get a D here to make it 11-9. Is there a wind? I can't really tell. It's a slight breeze. Oh, thank you. There's a very slight breeze coming towards where Terra is pulling from. Elena with the disc, pulling. They look like they put on a very strong line. Elena with a really nice OI pull. Great fields here in Vancouver. Nice swing. Kristen Niles, capital this year with the disc. Swings it to number 9. 18 to Niles. Niles upfield drop. Giordo suggests a 14-9 final score. Great D on a huck attempt. Kristen with the disc. 18 to Kristen. Do people prefer Niles or Kristen? Courtney White. Number 9 with the huck. Aaron looks under it. Oh, great read by Aaron. Andrew, that's a cop-out match answer. Andrew says Furious should be favored. Yes, I know Furious should be favored, but I wanted an answer from you. I'm trying to get Adriana on, but she just ran away. Great cut. Jose with a nice catch. Looking break side to Mandy. Mandy's not in the end zone. Mandy out. Back for Jose. And the break. 11-9.
Terra is now to come back for 14, Mandy Winting, for 18, Josie Roll.
There's a chant for Julie B. I hope Scotty B is watching, and her kids.
We'd like to wish vintage player Suzanne Bichette, number 13, a happy birthday. It's her sweet 16 today. Let's hear it for her.
Apparently it's one of the vintage players' birthdays. Do you get the number? Check this roster. They don't have ages on these rosters. I am sorry. They're all 16. This is really the juniors final that we're watching, the women's juniors final we're watching. Nice pull. Carla pumping it downfield. She already has a bronze medal as coach. Looks like a chinch zone. Hilda, Carla, and Nat Fitzgerald. Carla with the disc. Back to the middle. Sorry, Carla wasn't with the disc. 27 with the disc. Carla on the mark. Oh. 27. You're right, it is Kirsten, not Kristen, and I can't believe I've been saying that. And I will call her Kay from now on. Sarah Latendresse into the middle. Geneviève Dufrance. Upfield. Oh, 15 with a great catch. Swing. Oh, great throw. Oh, number 10 makes the catch. Levesque. Oh, great layout catch. Genevieve. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication. Mare has the disc. Just looking for Carla. Nothing. Swing to Nat. Nat to Carla. Carla to Mare. Mare tries to hit Hilda. It's just out of her reach. Allison Fisher picks it up. Break to Genevieve. Genevieve looking dump. Hits Catherine. Catherine upfield. Let's Andres. Oh. Allison Fisher. Oh, call on the field. Stall down called. Turnover, stall down. So good D by Meredith and in the lanes. Mare picks up the disc. Looks to the middle, Carla. Back to Mare. And a huck. Looking for Rachel. And Rachel with the catch. Hilda striking deep. No throw. Back to Carla. Carla swings to Mare. Mare had the great backhand huck right now. Back to Carla. Possession offense right now. Carla to Elena. Elena to June. June. Back to Carla. Carla to Mare. Mare to June, just out of her hands. Good pressure D. Number 10, Jean Levesque. Allison Fisher picking up the disc. No mark, looking deep. DeFrance, easy catch. Nat Fitzgerald on the mark. High, and June gets it back. And then throws it away. Fisher looks hammer, fakes hammer. It's left on dress. Nice break throw. Not in. People stop though. Genevieve. Oh, great D by Hilda. Brain says furious. Hearts cheering for Phoenix for Andrew Batchelor's prediction. John, I know you're in San Francisco. You can make a comment. Foul on the throw. They're going to the observers. Jordo, if your brothers are watching, tell them we miss them this weekend. Quite a bit. There was a foul. Turnover, great D. We have two other finals. Does anyone know who's playing traffic in the women's final? I do think it's Cube. Carla with the disc. Up the line, just out of the reach. Foul called. Heather. Contested foul. Carla with the disc. Looks up the line. Elena with the disc. Ooh. Great attempted poach D. Carla. Oh. Hilda with a great catch. Oh, just missed hitting that, Fitzgerald. To France. Swings. Oh, there's a stoppage on the play. Disc on the field. Any predictions about the mixed final? Union versus Stash. Stash lost earlier to Gecko, but then had to place an Odyssey quarterfinal and a TFP semifinal and ended up winning both games. Dufrance gets the disc. Swing. Fisher. Back to Dufrance. Oh, great run through D by Rachel. Carla looking. Huck. Puts it down. Hey, the stream is down. The stream is down apparently. It's 11:09 and people are saying the stream is down. Batch, Hodges, Emperadi. So Nikki is saying 15-12 furious. Knapp with the game-winning point. Nikki was huge for us this weekend. Oh. I guess if you want to catch it with both. Pick called. Nikki, are you with Leo? Wish him happy birthday. We'll try and fix it if it's not on, but we'll reset the servers or something along those lines, some technical terms. Nice flip. Fisher being marked by Carla. Number 14. 27. Fisher. Looking break. Alex Davis and Bobo have come. They brought Pita Pit and they didn't bring me one. How mean is that? Even after I saw him. Fisher with the disc. Upfield, Genevieve. Nice catch. Looking for the backhand and the point. Vintage up 12-9. I do believe it's a game to 13. So while I have, it's down completely, so I can't ask Bobo or Davis what their thoughts on the finals will be tomorrow.
No, you can ask what you want. It might not be recorded.
And we are in soft cap time. It is a game to 14.
Sorry, not a game to 14. It's 13. It's a game to 14. Good, you? Jordan wants me to take over for you. Yeah. We cannot tell Jordan to go away. We can tell Davis to go away. No, Jordan's awesome. And she's got two brothers. They'll beat you up. When? Okay. Okay. Oh, so apparently NSOM is a Quebec team. So one of Davis or Bobo has been relegated, and I think I've been relegated also. So you have a vote. Who would you like to? No, I want them to vote. Whoever's watching, Bobo or Alex Davis. It's a completely no. I think I'll take a break in this one and actually go and shower, and call my wife. Yes.
So one of us has been relegated because apparently they wanted to back.
Yeah. So they're gonna pull in Nate Danduran.
So who commentates from that stuff there? He's also good too.
No, it's more that David Danduran knows everyone. Oh, Aaron there, clean up the garbage. Looking dump. Back to Jose. Jose upfield again too high, but Anita there to clean up the garbage. Anita looking deep to Aaron. Oh, tried to toe the line. So Davis, Bobo, what are your thoughts on the final, men's final tomorrow? What do you think the final score will be and who will win? Apparently we have no comment on whether Furious will beat Phoenix or Phoenix will beat Furious. So you guys aren't confident? No comment.
I know better than to say anything.
Smart person, smart person. Carew with the disc, hucks it. Nice catch by number 17, whose name I've said like 12 times and I don't remember right now. Courtney White with the disc, looking up the line to Carew. Carew again with the huck. Sorry. Oh, nice bid by Aaron. Sorry, what are you saying?
Last year, when you were commentating on the Open final, my only goal you called is Matt Doyle.
You know what, Bobo? You were hurt all year, so I wasn't sure you were actually playing that game.
And you know what happened the year before? Mark Roberts gave Jordan Tessarolo's drop to me, and I had a torn ACL and wasn't even playing.
To get a drop when you're not playing is kind of amazing, though. Don't you admit? Though I'm sorry. 13-9, Vintage. Nice break. So if Vintage scores here, this is the game, and history or herstory or whatever one you want to call it is going to be made. Yeah. Ash General Strike. Oh, Bobo. So, do you want to put it down as a bet on who will beat Phoenix or not? Because I think, sorry? Okay, it's back now. Sorry, Ryan Briggs wants to bet that Phoenix will win. Do you want to bet $500, Ryan? Alex Davis did not say that they were going to win. He didn't have a comment, just to be clear. Sorry? The most stoic man in Ultimate Frisbee? Bobo? Oh, okay. Apparently Davis has announced himself as the most stoic man in Ultimate Frisbee. Devin, can you watch the game? I'd like to say hi to Devin. I hope the cottage is treating you well. Nat, if you're watching the replay of this, Nat Wong, happy birthday. And get back to work. We work together. So here we go. Must score on O, and then play on D. They are trying to dance. Apparently the stream is intermittent, and we apologize for that. I will talk to Tushar. He's talking some chick up right now. Yeah, it's intermittent. Tushar, can you check the stream? Davis, that looks really good. He's eating pita pit right now. How was your semi? So Alex is saying that his semi was decisive and it saved a little bit of energy. They expect to run pretty hard against Phoenix tomorrow, and I do think that Phoenix is going to give them probably the best run of the tournament. Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to save energy tomorrow. They have to start. They lost the bronze to Mephisto apparently, 12-10. Strike had a interesting tournament. Yeah, Jojo picking up the disc, hits Mare. Mare to Rachel. Rachel, foul called? People need to learn the contact rule. That's the one thing I learned playing against you guys, is you guys use it quite frequently, and no other team here has used it. We used it once in the last game. You know what? I didn't say you know the rules. I say you know the contact rule. Yeah. You know a rule. Elena with the disc. Elena, oh, nice pass to Rachel. Nice bid. Rachel looking upfield. Elena with the button hook. Nice catch by Elena. Elena taught me how to flick. I've said that before, but I'll say it again. And Nat Fitzgerald with the point. Way to go, Nat. It is 13-10. Do you have a comment? I am not. I'm just live stream. So apparently they want Contraband to join down the one upstairs. So if anyone knows anyone on Contraband and wants to call them and tell them to go downstairs after this game, you're more than welcome to.
It's really important to note that Contraband is a team name and not actually an artifact. Otherwise we'll get a bunch of this.
Yes, Contraband is a team name and not an artifact of.
Bring your booze to the field.
Yeah. They can't hear you. Put that on. Hey, is the second mic live? Put it on. Davis will join me. Yeah, put it. Davis will join. Can you also tell these guys to sit down? So 13-10, and Terra needs to run off 4 breaks for the win. I've been joined by Alex Davis a little while ago, but now he's dropped his pita and he's come on the field. Or not on the field, on
I'm
the mic.
sacrificing valuable pita eating time right now.
Okay, I'm not sure if people can hear me, but is the stream back? Twitter is also a bit iffy right now.
Let's give a quick cheer to our women's Masters bronze winners, Contraband.
Apparently they're going to cheer them. I think he misunderstood. He wants them down. Okay, nice pull. Here we go. It's at the 45-yard line. Allison Fisher with the disc. Swing.
So
it was a
Terra's,
big call.
notably, Terra is playing, it's probably an FSU or a bracket-style defense right here. It's disguised as man, but you can see the deep poach, and they're trying to take away Vintage's ins and outs at the same time.
Yeah.
It's a bit risky. If they run a handler-driven offense, they can beat it, but they just have to be committed to moving the disc fast.
Wide swing. Turnover.
That's
Good defense.
That's one of the ways you have to try to beat it. You need your handlers to cycle, and the defense aims to force people to throw unfamiliar cross-field throws, and that's one of the things that they just accomplished there.
Meredith with the disc. There's a poach. Swing to Carla. Carla on the far sideline. Up the line to Velda. Velda being marked by Carew. Ex-Storm player. I don't like how Terra is setting up their... Oh. Nice pop. I don't like how Terra is setting up their handler dump coverage. Oh, and an IO turf.
Let's see what formation they adopt now. There's a poach. Two
No,
poaches on the
that's-
handlers, actually.
It's a bit of a slough.
Yeah. It's a slough on both handlers. They're going to try to take away the angles and force the side, but they still managed to ram it through the middle. That was good
with the
movement.
disc. Pop pass to the middle. 27 back to DeFrance. To Fisher. Is this the game-winning point? Gold medal winning point? Nope. Just no.
Denied.
Velda. Elena with the disc. Elena. Jojo looking for Mare. Mare with the disc. Backhand fake. To Carla. Carla. Oh, nice catch by Velda.
Terra has
To
a lot of
Jojo.
people behind the disc right now,
Yeah.
but it's an isolation.
Jojo looking for Mandy. Mandy with the nice catch.
Gets it on the first bounce.
Yeah. Mandy back to Carla. The girls look tired. Back to Mandy. Layout catch. Inbounds, and they have skid. 13-11. There is still fight yet left in these women.
Well, notably, Rahil.
13-11 for Vintage receiving. Game to 14. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Notably, Rahil, as several academic papers have pointed out, recent research has shown that with age, your VO2 max can stay remarkably high. Your aerobic fitness does not decline as much as your anaerobic fitness. So when you say these ladies still have staying power, science is behind you 100%.
I only speak the truth.
Well, I think you're lucky.
It's better to be lucky than good, right?
Or it's better to be statistically sound.
That's fair.
I like to disagree exactly. All right, so we have Terra setting up something interesting here, and you can tell by the vigorous pointing and sign language being used by Carla DeFilippo in setting up her D-line.
Carla talking to the D-line.
It's not just posturing. She's setting up some kind of strategy here, and I look forward to seeing what it is.
Someone needs to pull, though, and no one has
Yeah.
the frisbee yet.
Vintage is just anxious to get going. There's a hand up. They don't care what the defense is. They're ready.
That's probably what the issue is. So apparently someone's staying in front of the Wi-Fi.
So,
No, it's soft cap. It's game to 14. Did they pull that out of bounds or did it land out of bounds? Oh, wow. No. I wonder what you think of the WFDF rule on out of bounds pulls. You can take it where it goes out on the sideline, or you could take it at the brick.
you know, every rule set I've played under has had their own funny ways of enforcing what they consider to be a more exciting challenge to the game. I don't have strong opinions about it. It's just annoying to have to keep changing among them.
That's fair.
It is an interesting strategic thought,
Yeah.
taking it on the sideline versus the middle farther back.
Nice break by Carew. To Fisher. There's a pick called in the stack. Vintage just wants to end it right here.
Pulling out of bounds is never ideal, but it does have the rare opportunity to screw up what would be set plays that require dynamic starts. And so far, these two stoppages could have advantaged the defense. Vintage's offense right now is quite stagnant.
Oh, great throw. They are 7 yards away from a gold medal. Fisher, break. Nope, she's not in.
She's being called out by the
She's been
observers.
called out by the observer. Rachel on the mark.
Vintage keeps lunging.
Quite literally 2 yards out, or 2 feet out from a gold medal and the first ever Women's Masters Championship.
Good pressure
Swing
defense.
to Fisher. Fisher. Oh, Carla.
It's another stoppage. The stagnation again favors the defense. They can make a strong defensive stand here. Being 5 yards out of the end zone is not an advantage. The throwing angles are so awkward.
It's 5 yards out of the end zone and 30 yards out of the field. Foul called.
Terra's not willing to give an inch on this.
No. They know it's get the D or go home. It's a pretty long flight for them.
But there is an epic party scheduled for tonight.
There is an epic party.
70,000.
And a break.
Oh.
Fisher to 84. Your gold medalists, vintage from Montreal. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, and Batch will mock me if I do, but Francoise Delisle with a score. Gold medal, vintage from Montreal. Silver medal, Terra from Toronto. Bronze medal, Contraband from Vancouver. Open Masters is coming up. It is going to be Montreal's Ensom versus Fig Jam from Calgary. Do you know who won last year, Davis? Do you remember?
The Masters division? I don't recall. I'm altogether very preoccupied with my own game usually at these tournaments.
That's fair. Jarrett Marin has said 15-10 Furious, Underhill with the game-winning point.
I'm not going to disagree with it.
No, we've been asking a bunch of people what their thoughts on the games are. One person has said Phoenix. I have said 12-11 Furious.
I will say that Kevin Underhill is an excellent steward of the disc.
Who?
Kevin Underhill is an excellent steward of the disc. Last year in the finals against Strike, afterwards when asked about his strategy for the game, Mark Lloyd said that their entire strategy revolved around keeping the disc out of Kevin's hands, just because other people can turn over the disc, but Kevin doesn't.
That is fair. And Mark Lloyd is a pretty decent Frisbee player.
He does know a lot about the game.
So Davis, while I have you here, thoughts on the MLU?
Well, since I am out of contract now, I suppose
Yeah.
I'm entitled to have some thoughts on the MLU. From a player's perspective, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun because it's less grinding than an entire tournament. It's less grinding than flying across the country to play 7 or 10 games.
Did you not find it difficult just to play one game?
No, I didn't find it very difficult. It is a challenge unto itself. I get more playing time because there's less that I have to save myself for, but that's unequally distributed across the bench. There are some, for any given game, just like any other team that has to play one game, you choose certain people for that game, and your bet rides on them. You are going to win or lose by those people that you dedicate to the game that night. The rule set, also fun. As a defender, I feel obligated to say that it's incredibly frustrating to try to